The rules are the same as last episode, except finally we've got Switch mode on. Hope you guys enjoy the video. If you like it, hit the thumbs up button. It really helps out. Okay, so pretty simple. Just cut down the tree. We're here to get some money from these rich kids who look nothing like their overworld sprites. And he talks about how sexy Zigzagoon is for a little bit. And we take down the rich snobby kids. Unfortunately, I accidentally had China food out. And yes, I did train up Spatchcock a little bit. Yeah, also, Fried Chick is getting a little overleveled, but we're not going to do a very strict overleveling rule. Obviously, I don't want to go like 10 levels above, or like 5 levels above what I should be on. But just because I'm level 20, where, oh my god, Brawly's Makuhita is level 19, I'm still going to stick with it. Anyway, we bring out China Food just to get some XP, and China Food faces his own nemesis, and China Food obviously has to prove that he is the alpha male here. We've pretty much just taken their parents' apple stocks, and we leave. Now we meet Mr. Brawly, who's pretty much lost his bird, and he makes a really weird noise. And we go into the tunnel where we meet Mr. McStupidface, the grunt. Quickly grab the Pokeball, because why not? And we head off, and here we get our encounter. Here's Whismer. And my brain doesn't work. Throw a Pokeball. Does an uproar. Takes 6 damage. I'm like, okay, hell nah, I'm not sticking with that. Swap into Fried Chick, it's going to take way less damage. Throw a Great Ball for some reason. I think it was accidental, I don't remember. And just to kill it, because I was annoyed. Here I just, switch Fried Chicken to the front, because you don't want Spatchcock to die from anything. And we meet Mr. McStupidface again, who starts backing away into the tunnel, which has rocks behind it, because this guy's obviously blind. He can't see that it's a dead end, and couldn't just run out. He had to wait there the whole time. I mean, maybe Mr. Brawly could have wrestled him to death, but I don't think Mr. Brawly could do anything if he can't even chase his own Wingull. You'll see later. But anyway, here's the Poochyena. It's pretty simple. Just double kick it. It's not going to do anything. Probably should have switched Spatchcock just to get some EXP, but doesn't really matter. And we destroy this grunt, who's probably going to lose his job because he got the easiest thing in the world to do, and he still couldn't do it. My career in crime comes to an end. I don't even think he has a career in crime, to be honest. And he finally realizes that he's absolutely crap at his job, and that a 10-year-old just bet him at a game of animal abuse. Here we give Mr. McLoner Brawly his Pico, and he ends up becoming our slave and our seafarer for the rest of his life, or at least for the rest of this Nuzlocke. And pretty much he tells us his address, which I think is just weird, even though he does have a sign in front of his house saying that it's his house, which is kind of dumb. Then yeah, he gives us, Mr. Devon Numpty gives us another Great Ball, and then we meet Steve Jobs. Yeah, Steve Jobs, the one, the only. Steve Jobs, man. He doesn't even talk to his own son. He couldn't even deliver a letter to his own son. That's how sad Steve Jobs is these days. I mean, what the hell are you doing, Mr. Jobs? Can't you just give it to your son? Your beautiful son who has the exact same name as you? And then we actually meet this phony who pretends to be Mr. Stone, whoever the hell that is. And he says, hey, why not be Uspis? Just for a little bit, we couldn't get Amazon delivery. We can't afford postal services. Why don't you just pretend to be Usbus for a little while? For the record, I'm Australian, so yeah. But anyway, he gives me an iPhone, or whatever the hell he wants to call it, Pokenav. Apparently it's an indispensable tool, just like an iPhone. And he tells me about these criminal guys, whoever the hell they are. They don't seem to be major criminals, even though they have huge gangs or whatever. And we meet May, pretty much our only friend in the entire world. She gives us her phone number. Trust me, I'm not being flirtatious. And she tells us even more about Mr. Brawly's address. Now she gets cocky, thinking, oh my god, you're not a trainer. You just became a trainer. You're gonna lose. Obviously, she doesn't know that my boy Fried Chick is an absolute beast. And here, it's pretty simple. We just go for the double kick and take out the Torkoal. Well, not yet. Now we take out the Torkoal with a cut for some reason. I don't know why I just used double kick. It's not like I was going to, lose PP while I was stalling it out. And I'm like, I'm not going to die from Mudkip's water gun, even though it's pretty high level. I know that my double kick's probably going to kill it, and I know that I'm faster, so I just do that. And again, she tells me that Mr. Brawly is going home and that he is a sailor. Now, this is very important because now I can make him into my eternal slave and make him let me into his boat whenever the hell I want. It's pretty simple. Just make them freeze in midair, like Pico, and, well, make him my slave. Usually it's the other way around, since... Okay, we're not going to talk about that. Anyway, go down Route 105, and I get a call from my dad. Unlike Mr. Stone and Steven. Because, you know what, let's send a letter to Steven instead of call him. And by the way, yes, Steven does have a phone. That's the funny bit. Steven does have a phone. You could just call him and tell him what's on the letter. Maybe it's a document, then you could just call him and tell him to come to Rosboro, even though he's some rare gemstone collector. Whatever the hell his job is. Now we just invade people's house and we get the silk scarf. This guy judges me by my eyes and then gives me his scarf. Like, what if I had ugly eyes, man? What would you do then? And we get the fishing rod from this person, who's like, let me give you a fishing tip, and then just tells me how to fish. Like, nothing else. So, that's not a tip. Teaching someone how to, oh my god, I learned how to play tennis today. That's not a tip on how to play tennis. That's just, I learned how to play tennis. Anyway, I use the old rod, and I don't register it because emulators kind of suck. And I get a bite. Pokemon, and we get a Magikarp. Now, people are like, oh my god, Magikarp's such a bad Pokemon. Then you realize Gyarados exists. And you're like, oh my god, Gyarados, such an epic Pokemon. Why doesn't it exist? Why is it such a weak pre-evolution to such a great Pokemon? To keep it balanced, that's why. Anyway, here comes Sushi Train. I don't like sushi personally, but I always thought that having a train in your restaurant was pretty cool. So Sushi Train comes out and we enter the cave. Now, pretty basic. We get our boy, the Makuhita. And we're going to stick with this Japanese food theme for this one Pokemon, because why not? And we just, throw a Pokeball at the Makuhita. And he actually goes in the Pokeball. We unfortunately can't name this Sumo because it's meant to be named after a food. So we get Onigiri. If you don't know what an onigiri is, it's like a Japanese rice ball. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah. Then, very soon, you'll get to see probably the pain of my life. Running through Granite Cave. Oh my god, I did not know my way through Granite Cave. I passed the way there so many times, but I knew Steven's room was up, so I was looking for an upward ladder. That wasn't the entry ladder. And I got so pissed. And this is me searching up the layout on my phone. And I'm just annoyed. So I figure out, wait, what? I am meant to go through the down ladder? And quickly navigate my way through here. And we meet Steven, who ends up liking rare stones, and he gives me the letter. Maybe they didn't call him because he doesn't have phone reception, but for God's sake, Steven, just get out of your cave, man. Get out of the cave. Anyway, he gives me Steel Wing, which is a pretty nice move. I mean, steel type move. And it's pretty good because I can teach it to Spatchcock. Then he gives me his phone number, which is just weird because... Again, does your father have your phone number? And if not, why doesn't he call you more? And why are you stuck in a cave all the time? But anyway, get Steel Wing, and we give it to Spatchcock. Obviously, we get rid of Focus Energy, because again, Focus Energy isn't good unless someone's going to use Protect. Okay? Focus Energy isn't good unless someone is going to use Protect, because you're getting the same output of damage, right? You've waited one turn and then twice the damage the next turn, considering that it is a critical hit. Obviously, it's not guaranteed to be a critical hit. Anyway, we leave Bane of Existence, but yeah. Okay, now we meet Sad Life Brawly, who talks about how he lives in the dark for his whole life and, you know, all that stuff. And we battle Brawly. Now, Brawly's pretty easy. We pretty much just pack the hell out of him with Fried Chick. I mean, a few bulk ups make it a bit more annoying, you know. But it's pretty basic stuff. We beat the Garlic Pokemon meta type. I mean, come on. How did they think, oh my god, no one's going to think his head's made out of garlic? And then we meet Scammer Onigiri, and this was not optimally played. I was like, oh god, I could die to a crit here. I'm like, how much did that do? I don't remember. And thinking I can survive, I do, and I realize, oh, I would have been 1 HP if he got a high roll crit. I probably would have died with a high roll crit, and I knew I would die here, so I let it do reversal, which does way less damage. Knowing I'm faster, does peck, and I don't get crit. That probably saved my life. Then I make a huge mistake here. I do an X attack. Why did I do this? I don't know. He turns up bulking up. Apparently I would have killed no matter what, so I'm fine. Sand attack. Actually, this is good for cheesing, and I don't need Peck anymore. It's not going to be useful for Watson. It's not going to be useful for any other gym leader in quite a while, so I just take off Peck. Finally, I can see his maze, which I maneuverably mastered my way through it. And God. We have this long conversation about, oh, here you go, here's bulk up, it does this, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Pretty standard gym leader talk. And here you go, we go back to Steve Jobs, who gives us the EXP share as a tip. As a tip, by the way, that's like extremely good technology, and it gives it to me as a tip. And we finished our Uspis delivery service in Duford, by the way. We still got to do Captain Stern. Now, Captain Stern I found extremely annoying because I was looking for a captain. Turns out Captain Stern is a marine biologist. A marine biologist. By the way, it took me 20 minutes to find them. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Here you just get a small, short portion of what I did in the battle tent. I tried it out, and I found it pretty boring. It wasn't fun. I was like, do I really need this? What does it give me? Does it give me money? No. So I just do this battle. No. Okay, I swap Kecleon here because Kecleon's a flying type since color change. And bring in Machoke. And kill the Electrike. In comes Intensical, I swap in Golbat. It's pretty simple stuff, just Confuse Ray. I thought that was Confusion, because Confuse Ray doesn't do damage and Confusion does, which makes 0 sense. And just get ready to search for Captain Stern for a very long time. And he keeps talking about next visit, blah blah blah. I'm probably never going to go back to this place. Oh yeah, now this tuber child phones me. Okay. Why? I don't know why. Go on to Pokenav, and I try to block her. Can I block her? Apparently not. I can't block her. I was like, check, maybe I can block her here. No, we're not allowed to block people in Pokemon. Because we have to be nice people. So I'm just sitting there like, can I block you guys? No, I can't. So I just leave. And I stand there for a long time, thinking, and start moving. Go over here, not over there. Because again, I don't know that he's a marine biologist at this point. Go into here, where the SS title should be, right? Like, the SS title's here, right? But that's later in the game. Of course, the captain has to make this or something. She tells me, yeah, there's no ferry here. And I'm like, I don't want the ferry. I want the captain. Where's the captain? And I go up to Route 110, where I'm going to get my Route 110 encounter. Because why not? I mean, it's my level. So, like, should I? Should I not? And I do, in the end. And we get Wingull. Okay, I do catch this Wingull. Even though we already have, you know, some Pokemon that should be able to later do some water-type damage. Like Azumarill. Sorry. We have a Marill, don't we? Yeah, Marill. Bubblegum the Marill. But, yeah, I thought maybe that could have done some water-type damage later. But I catch Wingull. The reason I catch Wingull is because of Wurmple. Now, Wurmple evolves into either Beautifly or Dustox based on a personality value. Right? Which you cannot determine. So it's really annoying because you don't know which one it's going to evolve into in Nuzlocke. And, you know, it's a dumb mechanic. Why does it exist? I don't know. So, if I don't get Dustox, which I was going to use for some cheese later in the game, I could use Pelipper, which pretty much has the exact same thing. I can do the exact same cheese for the exact same gym leader at the exact same time. If you don't know what gym leader I'm talking about Norman. You know, because he has these true-out slackings. You can just protect and then attack when he's loafing around. Blah, blah, blah. But we get Wingull. Wingull. And, oh my god, do I love Wingull. I get Wingull in a lot of my playthroughs. Probably like every single one that I've done. Yeah, I get Wingull in pretty much every single playthrough that I've done. Get Wingette. And this is me trying to go through Cycling Road and get run over. Talk to a bunch of people. And this is me searching for Captain Stern for quite a bit. I do this battle tent or whatever it is, a battle hut thing. I battle a bunch of people. This guy gives me some like soda or something. Yeah, it gives me like 6 soda, and I was just checking if it was 6. Then now apparently there's no one in the. Apparently Team Aqua finally paid all their money and got into the museum. I don't know what causes them to go into the museum, but I do know that they finally went into the museum. And I talked to a marine biologist who is apparently a captain. And yeah, these goons come up to my face, talk about the boss wanting some parts, and I just bash him up. Oh, it has rough skin. It could kill me. No, it's not. Rough skin doesn't do that much. And then I double kick the Zubat, and I realize, wait, that's a flying type. That's stupid. And I just do some barreling. It's pretty simple stuff. Just destroy these guys. And Archie comes in. The Bogan gangster comes in. And the Bogan gangster's like, you're a child. You don't understand why water's so important. I know why water's important, okay? I need it to survive. But also, land's pretty important too. I can't just live on a boat for the rest of my life. I'm not Mr. Brawly. So he was like, oh, you're so young. He age shames me, much like Tommy in it gets called a child all the time. Now I feel it. I give him the goods, some random parts or something. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more. And also, question of the day. Do you think Mr. Brawly should protect his bird Pico? And what would you name Pico if you had Pico yourself?